How to Study Effectively Using Flashcards by Andrea Peterson. Learning Objectives. Upon completion of this presentation, participants will be able to use flashcards in different ways to help in learning, use flashcards to help in long-term memory, use flashcards as a form of spaced practice, better understand mastery using flashcards. Problem statement. Vision. We need to better understand the many ways flashcards can help us study. Flashcards are a form of self-testing. Test-enhanced learning is, we believe, an exciting prospect for improving learning throughout the educational system. Roediger III et al., 2006. Issue statement. Many people do not use flashcards effectively or efficiently. Roediger III et al., 2006, looks at the power of testing your memory. When students take tests, they promote better retention of the subject matter over traditional additional studying. Method. We will be going over information about how you can make studying with flashcards more effective. Content overview. Spacing. Using flashcards over a longer period allows you to move this information into long-term memory. Brown et al., 2014. You should practice as you are learning the information. You should also continue to review the flashcards after the topic is over, as this will help store the information in your long-term memory. Brown et al., 2014. Spacing. German scientist Sebastian Lintner created what is called the Lintner box. This system is designed to use spaced practice of the flashcards. The new information starts in box 1. Once you feel as though you know the information well, you move it to box 2, and so on. Box 1 gets studied more often, box 2 less often, box 3 maybe every other week, and box 4 maybe monthly. If you ever get a flashcard wrong, it gets moved back to box 1. Shuffle the flashcards. Shuffling the flashcards helps provide more variety and makes the studying more essential for long-term memory. Brown et al., 2014. If you only view the cards in the same order, you will use memory and anticipation to try to answer the question. When it comes to a test, those questions will not be in the same order. You'll want to shuffle the flashcards to make yourself use retrieval to get the answer. Brown et al., 2014. Mastering the information. Don't stop quizzing yourself just because you answer the question right. You should place the card back in the deck and only remove it once you have mastered it. Brown et al., 2014. If this is something you want or need to know in the future, it will be important to master the topic. You should do this by keeping the cards in the same deck until you've answered them correctly without guessing multiple times. How many times may be up to you. For some, it may be 3 times, and for others, it may be 5 times. Do not remove the cards from the deck until you are confident you know the answer. Brown et al., 2014. Suggestions for implementation. Make them yourself, making the cards as you are learning. This will enhance the learning process, and the cards will be more specific to your needs. One example is if you are reading a chapter and you come across something that you feel is important. Make a flashcard of it. If you are reading and come across something you don't understand, make a flashcard of it. This will help you better identify things as you read that you need to follow up on and study. Brown et al., 2014. Flashcard bad habits. Students often turn over the flashcards too early if they do not know the answer. Remember that this is like a quiz. Just because you cannot think of the right answer does not mean you get to give up and look at the answer. Try placing the card back in the stack and come back to it. Sometimes going over the information may jog your memory. Really challenge yourself to try to remember the answer. Brown et al., 2014. Study flashcards often. You want to study the flashcards using spaced practice. This is the best way to store the information in your long-term memory. You can practice them several days a week. You can do this on the bus or in the car with your parents. Going over the information will not only help it get stored in your long-term memory, it will also help you feel more comfortable with the information once test time comes. Brown et al., 2014. Shuffle the cards. If you look at the flashcards in the same order every time, your brain will memorize the pattern and you will not be using retrieval. Along with shuffling the cards, you can also split the deck in half and study half the deck on one day and the other half the deck the other day. This will make the brain work harder. Using flashcards should be like taking a quiz. It should make you work. If it is too easy, you may not be doing it right. Brown et al., 2014. Summary. Use flashcards more efficiently. To be more efficient, you need to create your own flashcards and use them over several weeks and months. Brown et al., 2014. Quiz yourself. To use retrieval, you should shuffle the flashcards, and you want to make sure you do not turn over the flashcards if you struggle to answer the questions. Brown et al., 2014. References.